You're undercharging for your service and your clients are getting worse results because of it. Let me explain. This is a race to the bottom. You're undervaluing your service. This leads to less quality leads, transformation, and overall business performance. In this video, I'm going to break down exactly how to charge high ticket, why charging high ticket is important for you, and I'm going to show you how Max went from charging $500 to $5,000 without selling any more of his time. He didn't change his offer. He just changed one thing: his price. And as a result, his clients got better results. His clients were more successful at what they came in to transform on, and he was paid more for his service without selling more of his time. And look, I used to charge low ticket too. For the best part of 12 months, I had $50 PDFs. $50 PDFs that went out and sold a 3-month transformation. I convinced myself that I was creating more value than I was taking. And this was a positive thing, that I was cheap, that I was a discounted service, that I was good value. The reality, this was doing more harm than good. And not just for me as the coach who was taking home, not just for my bank account, but for the client as well. Let's say I double my price, $100 a program. That's $100 programs to hit my desired $10,000 a month. Now let's scale that out over a year. That's 1,200 clients I need to service a year to hit $120,000. There's no way I could service 1,200 clients. And because I've charged $100, there's no way I could hire anyone to come in and help me fulfill on these 1,200 clients. So not only am I stuck selling my time for $100, but I also have less money to fulfill to bring someone in, and I can't even enjoy the money that I am making of that $120K a year. Now let's 5x this example. Say my goal is to make $50,000 a month. That's 500 clients a month, $6,000 a year. This model is broken. Trying to get to a $50K a month selling $100 programs is not the way forward. You need to sell high ticket. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to sell ticket and why it works for you and your coaching model. You see, selling high ticket is the unlock that you need in your business. It's the same unlock that took Max from $500 to $5,000 with the same client, with the same amount of time and input and volume of work on his side. And the 25 clients, are they like high ticket? What sort of range?
Yeah, so I'd say the first 5, kind of like similar to your story. I'm like, just want to get the testimonials, like first couple people in the door. One guy was like 175 USD, another guy was 500. So small ticket, first 5. Then I'm like, let me test my ability. Let's test these Hormozy skills. Let's get it going. So immediately jumped it up. It was like the low ticket was around 750, mid ticket was 1,500, high ticket around 3,000. A lot of people were going for that mid ticket, my total rebuild program. So started to get some proof. Some people were going for it. I'm like, all right, let's test this. Let's raise it up a notch. So got it up to 2,500. My masterclass program's at 5,000 now. I've had one taker on that, which caught me off guard, honestly. I'm like, hey, listen, my masterclass, I don't know if it's right for you, but it's a 6-month program. And listen, the program that's more catered to you. Oh yeah, no, that sounds good. Oh, let me just shut my mouth, actually. You know how it is sometimes. We like to talk too much. But so I'd say 80% has been high ticket. So in the beginning, like I said, 175 to 500 range. Ever since then, 750 to 5,000.
That's epic, man. Yeah. See, Max realized one thing that most coaches never do. You are paid for your transformation, not your time. Right now, you see your offer as a program, a PDF, a workout, a nutrition plan. You need to see it as a life-changing transformation. The second you recognize that it is a life-changing transformation in the eyes of your prospective and current clients, the second you start to realize what you can charge for your service. You see, you as a coach do not sell a program, you sell accountability. And that, my friends, is what high ticket is all about. By charging high ticket, you do the first and most important step as a coach. You begin the transformation of ownership, of accountability from you to your client. You see, your job as a coach starts before you even make the sale. It's about bringing that person on and helping them get out of their own way. Let's break this down. What is the definition of accountability? And if we take a first principles view, this is what we have. At its core, accountability means taking ownership for desired outcomes regardless of external conditions. By charging high ticket, you put your client in a position to win. They allow themselves to take ownership for the transformation and change that is going to come because they have skin in the game. That is, it stings when they pay and sign up to your coaching. Therefore, they have the skin in the game and the incentive to stay in the fight longer, to fight harder, and to hold themselves more accountable and have greater ownership over their transformation. You see, the traditional PT model is broken. As an offline coach, you hear it time and time again. The client goes, oh, I've got to meet my PT at the gym. He is waiting for me. The accountability and the transfer of ownership has not been transferred. It is still external. The client is only going to the gym because the PT is there waiting for him. In the online world, this breaks. The PT is no longer at the gym because it is a virtual online coaching dynamic. Because of that, we must transfer the ownership onto the client. And this happens when we charge high ticket. You see, in a traditional model, when the PT servicing agreement ends and the PT is no longer waiting at the gym for the client, what happens? They lose motivation, they fall off, and they revert back to their old ways because they have not been taught how to fish. They have been given the fish. It's not about blame and credit. It's about cause and effect. I am the cause of my results, not the effect of my circumstances. This is the transformation and change that you must instill into your clients. Now that you understand accountability, you can accept that as a fitness coach, you sell the same thing as everyone else. Your service is commoditized. It's homogenous. Everyone sells the same things: training, nutrition, and accountability. And that's absolutely fine, as should they. You are solving the same problems. There would be an issue if you went to go and sell something different in a market that has already figured out how to create solutions. Training, nutrition, and accountability should be the core of your offer because that is clearly what works to get the desired result. But if everyone sells the same things, what is going to separate you? What is going to separate you is belief that your offer works. It's understanding that you solve life-changing problems. Most fitness coaches think, I'm not experienced enough to charge that. And that is where you need to see your offer as more than just a program. It's not a PDF. It's not a nutrition guide. It's not an app. It's a transformation. It's a life-changing transformation. And someone is in a position less experienced than you that needs help to change their life. You are solving a problem for someone that they have identified that they cannot solve themselves. They are already looking to you with a level of authority if they are on that call. They are already looking to you as someone that can help them solve this problem. They are already looking for solutions. You are a solution provider. You may also think that no one in your audience can afford a 2K offer, a 3K offer, 4K. Why would someone pay so much money to solve this problem? And of course you think that because you have already solved this problem for yourself. Otherwise you wouldn't be a fitness coach. If you hadn't already figured out and solved fitness in your own life, then why would you be solving it for someone else? Given this rationale and logic, it makes no sense why you would be able to understand that someone else can pay, because you are not in their shoes. Think about things in your life that you are struggling with today. Things that you want to solve: business help, marketing help, sales help, relationship help, mental health, something outside of fitness, something outside of the service that you currently sell. Would you pay $2,000 to solve it? If the pain is big enough, you will pay the money to solve that problem. It's so important to recognize that we do not stand in the same shoes as our prospective clients. Problems we are solving for them, we have often found the easiest to solve for ourselves. That is what makes us a coach, because we have picked these things up or they have come to us naturally. Because of that, it is very hard for us to empathize and relate with the prospective client that we are selling to. Their perception of the problem is far greater than ours. That is why they are paying someone to solve it. The information is already out there. Anyone can build a nutrition plan, a workout plan. Unless you are working with elite athletes at the top of their game, there is no difference in the information that you sell. Your workout and nutrition plan is not going to be the deciding factor on whether they get their end result. It's going to be how accountable do you keep that person to following the plan. The principles are basic. Doesn't matter if you do functional, strength, mobility, cardio, no cardio, if it fits your macros, whole foods, vegan, carnivore. You are helping someone make change in their life, and your biggest role as a coach is holding them accountable to the plan that you give them, not the plan itself. You are not selling a product or a program. You are selling the transformation. Your job as a coach is accountability. It starts and ends at accountability. Everything in between are just things that we convince ourselves to be more convicted so we can drive more accountability. Holding someone accountable is what gets them the desirable change. Often, people we coach are baselining against a very, very low threshold, aka prior to the coaching engagement, they're doing near nothing to move themselves towards that transformation or change. Whatever you give them in terms of information will be enough. It is how do you hold that person accountable? Being able to hold that person accountable will allow you to unlock high ticket. A big component of charging high ticket is that they have higher emotional investment into the service from the very beginning. This higher level of emotional investment is because they have skin in the game. Skin in the game allows them to hold themselves accountable for longer. If I take when I was selling $50 programs for 3 months, I realized that 6 weeks in, when the going gets tough, when they lose motivation and discipline needs to kick in, they're going to look around and go, did I get my value for this? The emotional investment was only $50. 6 weeks in, they're probably saying, yeah, I got $50 worth. I took that same program, same 4-day-a-week training split, and I layered in accountability of a little bit more one-on-one touch point, personalized, customized, made it feel like it was for them, and I charged $1,500. At $1,500, when they're 6 weeks in and they're questioning, oh, I don't know if I can go through with it, I'm sore, I don't want to stick with the diet, you bet they held in. You bet they held in for the whole 12 weeks because they want to get their money's worth. This is how skin in the game works. Once people have skin in the game, they are more motivated to see things through. They see things through, they're going to get better results. They get better results, you are going to get better client testimonials. Get better client testimonials, your perception of self goes up, allowing you to charge more for your service, and you go into a beautiful service cycle. Not only do your results, testimonials, and perception of self go up, but so does your revenue per customer. Leveraging more revenue per customer, you can invest back into your product, improving the overall product, overall experience, again improving the results, the testimonials, perception of self, thus allowing you to charge more, thus removing more limiting belief that you can't charge more for your service, increasing the price, and so on and so forth. Beyond just emotional investment, the external perception of your product is going to dramatically improve when you charge high ticket. They took top sommeliers from all over the world and they presented 3 bottles of wine in front of them. On the bottles of wine, they had labels of the price, 5, 50, and 500. The sommeliers were asked to taste and rank these wines from top to bottom. Unsurprisingly, once the sommeliers had finished their wine tasting experience, they ranked the top wine being the $500, the middle being the 50, and the bottom being the 5. Unbeknown to them, every single bottle of wine was exactly the same and valued at $5. They ranked them with exquisite detail, telling you why the $500 one was so much better than the bottom tier one. This is the perception of price. Even people at the top of their game, who are expert wine tasters, can be fooled by price perception. Allow yourself to start off on the right foot by charging high ticket. If you provide a cheap service, your coaching will be perceived as cheap. I will repeat that. If you provide a cheap service, your coaching will be perceived as cheap. If you provide a premium service, your coaching will be perceived as premium. The biggest gap for most coaches is getting out of their own way and allowing themselves to charge high ticket. Your job as a coach is accountability, and you do that by increasing the emotional investment and skin in the game for the client and allowing yourself to increase the perception of your product by charging high ticket. It will open more doors, and you'll be better off servicing fewer, more premium clients than chasing around a large volume of cheap clients. If you want to learn exactly how you can apply these methods in a high-ticket coaching model to build a $50K a month business, then click the link below and pick up a copy of my Coach's Playbook. This is everything you need to know across marketing, sales, and fulfillment to build a $50K a month coaching business as a high-ticket coach. And please, if you're charging low ticket, change your pricing model. You'll surprise yourself on what you can do, and your perception of self will increase once you have one phone call and you present the offers correctly.